and today we will be doing class 7 physics. The topic is measurement, which is your chapter 1. So measurement is something that you have already discussed in class 6 and you know very well, isn't it? And if you know about physics, then you know that physics is a branch of science which deals with measurement. Okay, and we skip this first chapter because there are certain terms which might have been difficult for you to understand it. So we skipped it for the later part. So we'll be doing this today. As we discussed about measurements, we need to have the concept of measurement, isn't it? We need, no matter how small or how big you are, but we need to have the concept of measurement for every little thing that we see around. You need a desk, you need to have the measurement. If you need shoes, you need to have perfect measurement. I mean, you need to know the size of your shoes, isn't it? Or if you're gifting somebody. So measurement is very important. And with measurement, the unit also would be very important. I've been telling you that the unit in physics is very, very important. So we'll continue with this chapter today, okay? Now you are familiar with the importance of measurement in our day-to-day life. You have already learned about the units of length, mass and time. What is the SI units of length? Okay, these are only revision. So the SI units of length is meter, symbolized with small m. Okay. Then the SI unit of mass. The SI unit of mass is kg, which is your kilogram. Symbolized as kg. Then the SI unit of time is second, symbolized with S. Okay, these are the fundamental units. Okay, these are the fundamental units. These are the units of the fundamental quantities, which are length, mass, and time. Okay, so all the measurement would be related to this one only, length, mass and time. And the units of temperature which we have already studied is the SI unit of temperature is Kelvin. So here first that we have over here is measurement of area. Okay, the first thing that we have over here is your measurement of area. Now what is area? First we need to know what is area. So area is the measure of surface of an object. So area means when you measure, this is your area. Okay, when you measure the surface of an object. Say this is your object, this is your surface, this one is your surface. So what do we call it? We call it area. So if you are finding the area of this book, if you have to find the area of this book, what do you have to find? You have to first find its length and then you have to find its breadth. Okay, you know what length and breadth are, isn't it? So first you need to find its length and then you need to find its breadth, because the surface area is covered with the length and the breadth. Then you have breadth here, you have length here. Okay, so when we talk about area, what is area? Area is the measure of the surface of an object. Okay, so if you have to measure the area of this duster, okay, suppose you have to measure the area of the duster, what does it mean? You have to measure the surface. And in order to know the surface, you need to know the length and the breadth. Okay, so if you have to find the area of this surface, this duster, you need to know the length and the breadth. That's why length and breadth. So if you have to find the area of this, you need to find the area of the surface. Okay, so how would you find? You will need to find this height, you need to find the height, you need to find the length, Okay, and this is a different shape. It's somewhat trapezium, and there are different ways of calculating areas for different figures, like different shapes. You know, the rectangle, square, trapezium, kite. You all have studied that in your mathematics, isn't it? So here we're just revising what you have already learned in maths. So area is a surface. Area is a measure of surface of an object. And here the measurement of area has been divided into two parts. One is area of a regular figure and the area of irregular figure. So regular figure means like rectangle, square, which has a definite shape and size. Okay, any figure which has a definite shape and size would be your regular figure, and any figure which doesn't have a definite shape or size would be your irregular figure. For example, see, this is your irregular figure. Okay, this is your irregular figure, and this has a definite shape, definite size, so this is your regular figure. So depending upon the type of surface, whether it's a regular surface or irregular surface, you can find the area. And I'll not be going in detail about the area of a triangle, area of a rectangle, area of a circle, because that is already that which you have learned in your maths. And if we require it over here in physics, I haven't gone through the chapter, but if we require it over here, we'll discuss it then. Okay? So, I hope you understood what is a regular surface and an irregular surface. Which does not have a definite shape would be an irregular surface, and something which has a definite shape would be a regular surface. Okay, now the question here, we have checkpoint. It says the length of a rectangular field is 50 meter and breadth is 35 meter. Calculate its area. Though it is math based, but still it's here in the physics, so we'll be doing it. What am I doing over here? I'm doing checkpoint. Okay. And please make sure that you know the unit of length, mass, and time. We are doing numericals. What do you have here? Checkpoint. Number 1. What does it say? The length of a rectangular field is given. What is the length given? Length of the field is given as 50 meter. Your breadth of the field is your 35 meter. You have to find the area. Okay. Now rectangular field. See, this is your field, which is in the shape of rectangle. The length is given as 50 meter. Your breadth is given as 35 meter. You have to find the area, which means the surface. Okay, you have to find this. So what is the area? What's the formula for area of a rectangle? The area of the rectangle is length into breadth. Okay, you simply have to multiply 50 meter into 35 meter and you get it as. Now, see this one? The unit of length is meter, the unit of breadth is also meter, but the unit of area is square meter. Okay, so what is the unit of area? The SI unit of area is square meter, or you can also write. So the whole name is read as square meter, or you can say meter square. Okay, you can say meter square or square meter. Either one will be correct. So unit of area will be this one. Meter square or square meter. If it's given in meter. If it's given in centimeter, so this would be your SI unit. Okay, this would be your SI unit. Suppose if it's given in centimeter, if the length and breadth, which is your dimension, okay, if the length and the breadth are given in centimeter, then the area will be in centimeter square or square centimeter. Okay, please remember the length, breadth, height, they have the unit meter or centimeter. Okay, but when you're finding the area, because you're multiplying length and breadth, you're multiplying 2 meters. Length also has meter, breadth also has meter. So you're multiplying meter into meter. So when you multiply meter into meter, what do you get? Meter squared. Because how many meters do we have? 2. And you have done laws of indices already, isn't it? So meter and meter, which is your meter squared. So area, the unit of area is your meter square or square meter. And if the dimension is given in centimeter, which means if your length and breadth are given in centimeter, then the area will be also be calculated in centimeter square or square centimeter. Either one will be correct. Please remember this one. Okay. So I hope this is clear with you people. I'll be doing number 2. What do we have in number 2? In number 2, the area, the units are given in, the unit is centimeter. Okay, the unit is centimeter. In the first one we did with meter. Now in number 2 we have centimeter. Number 2, it says, if the area of a rectangular sheet of metal is 450 centimeter square and its length is 25 centimeter, calculate its breadth. Number 2, what is given? Area of a rectangular metal. Area of a rectangular metal is given as 450 square centimeter. 450 square centimeter. And the length is given as 25 centimeter. The length is given as 25 centimeter. What are you supposed to calculate? You are supposed to calculate the breadth of a rectangular of a metal. Okay, you have to calculate. Now, from the area, from the formula of area of rectangular sheet, what do we have? Area of a rectangular, any rectangle would be length into breadth. So if we have to find the breadth, we take length this side. Okay. If you have to find breadth, so what do we have to find? What do we have to do? In order to find the breadth, we simply have to divide the area by length. Okay, if we have to find the breadth, we have to divide area by length. And how much is your area given? Area is given as 450 centimeter square, and your length is given as 25 centimeter. So you do the cancellation. Five times 25, 5 nines are? Okay, now, as we said, the units is very important in physics, and the unit of area is centimeter square. The unit of length is centimeter. The unit of breadth will also be centimeter. So what will the unit here? 18 centimeter. Okay, what will be the answer? The answer will be 18 centimeter. Since we are calculating the breadth, so we only have centimeter. We'll not have centimeter square. We'll only have centimeter. Okay. This is when you're given the area of any rectangular surface, and if length is given, then how do you calculate the breadth? You simply have to divide the area by length. Okay, simply have to divide area by length. Vice versa, if you are asked to find, this is if the question is asking you to find the breadth. Suppose, I'm just saying, suppose if instead of length, breadth was given. Okay, say, this is only an example. If in case of length, breadth was given. So what would be that? Breadth of a rectangular shape, say, it would be 20 centimeter. Okay, this is not there in your checkpoint. This is only an example. Okay, breadth. What do you have to find here now? Instead of breadth, you have to find the length. Now, if you have to calculate the length, you go with the same formula. That means, in order to find the length, you have to, what do you have to do? You have to divide area. You have to divide area by breadth. Okay, so when you were calculating the breadth, you divided the area by length. Now, when you are calculating the length, you just have to divide area by breadth. And that would be 450, say by 20, and that would be your 0.5, answer will be centimeter. Sorry. Alright. 22.5. Okay. So this is how we calculate the breadth and the length. So I hope it's clear. Number 3 says, number 3 we'll do in the next class, okay? Because I think if you just understand this one, number 4 will be your homework. Number 4 you'll have to do it on your own. Number 4 is similar. Area of a rectangular field is given and its breadth is given. You have to calculate the length. We will do number 3 now. Number 3, how many decimeters square are equal to 1 meter square? How many decimeters square would be equal to 1 meter square? Okay, number 3. How many decimeters square will be equal to 1 meter square? Now 1 meter equals to how much decimeter? You know, what comes after meter? Meter, then decimeter, then centimeter, then millimeter. So meter, soon after meter comes decimeter. So 1 and 0. So 1 meter equals to how much decimeter? 10 decimeter. And if you multiply 1 meter into 1 meter, what do you have to do? You have to multiply here with the same. 10 decimeter into 10 decimeter. So 1 into 1 would be 1. Meter into meter is your meter square. 1 meter square, 10 into 10, when you multiply the number, 10 into 10 would be a 100. Decimeter into decimeter will be a decimeter square. So 1 meter square equals to 100 decimeter square. Okay, 1 meter square is equals to 100 decimeter square. Okay, now you might be wondering, why did I multiply with 1 again? Because the question says, how much is 1 decimeter square? Is it 1 decimeter square? Sorry, how many decimeters square are equal to 1 meter square? So it means, the question means 1 meter square equals to how much decimeter square? Okay, how much? So 1 meter, so from here, 1 meter equals to how much? 10 decimeter. and we need meter square. Okay, only 1 meter square. So we multiply again with 1 meter square. So 1 meter into 1 meter will give us 1 meter square, and 1 meter equals to 10 decimeter. Another 1 meter equals to 10 decimeter. So when you get 1 meter square, 10 into 10 will be 100. Decimeter and decimeter will be a decimeter square. So 1 meter square equals to 100 decimeter square. Okay. So I hope it's clear. As I told you, number 4 would be your homework. We'll do this much for today, and the next class will continue with measurement of volume. Thank you and have a good day.